everybody, this is Jordan again with the PictureMonk podcast. Welcome back and welcome to a podcast that talks about everything awesome in photography. I want to start out this podcast by saying I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. This past Thursday it was Thanksgiving, and me and my wife went off to Asheville, North Carolina in hopes to get some nice photos and have a relaxing vacation. The photos things didn't really turn out that great as my camera actually had a malfunction. My camera decided to not recognize any memory card that I put in the camera, so I did get pictures the first day we were there. The first couple days we were there, we went out and walked around downtown Asheville, and I got some photos. But right when I got back to the house, I started getting an error. So I will be without a camera for a few days, maybe a couple weeks, while I send it off to camera, which is kind of weird because, I'm considered a photography in my eyes, but I don't have a camera. So I will be relying on my iPhone camera. So we'll see how that goes. So let's start off the podcast by looking at some news articles that I found and that I came across. I have a couple articles here that I thought were really cool. All right, the first story I found was a Japanese photographer actually built a house that is specially designed to take portrait photos. I call it the perfect lighthouse. And basically what it consists of is it's a house placed at a certain angle in a certain spot, and the windows are actually angled and designed so that one angle is actually at a 45-degree angle, and it produces the Rembrandt light when you're taking portraits. And what the Rembrandt light is it's like if you put a light at a 45-degree angle from you, and when the light hits your face, it produces a small triangle where the shadow of your nose will cross over to the cheek. So that's what the Rembrandt light is. And the other side of the house has a large window that acts as a fill light. So that's like the main light that would produce subject. So when you're sitting at that spot, in that certain spot of the house, you have perfect portrait lighting, which I thought was really kind of cool. That some Japanese photographer, I couldn't get the guy's name, but where he would build a house just for that reason. I thought that was kind of neat. So if you want to head over to PictureMonk.com/PMP004, that's the blog post for this episode. You'll be able to see the news, all the news articles I'm talking about, and you can see a picture of that house and follow the link to check out the rest of the article. All right, the next article I found that I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit is a story that you might have seen if you follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/PictureMonk. Is a new film that's coming out, and it's entitled Monk with a Camera. And I thought this was kind of cool because my name is the Picture Monk, or my personality, I guess, is the Picture Monk. And I kind of tweeted that me and this guy should be friends because he's monk with a camera. He's actually a real monk, though, and he takes photos. And it follows a guy named Nicholas Vreerland, I guess is how you say his name. But he is a actual Tibetan monk, and he started taking up photography in order to help the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. The Tibetan Buddhists build a monastery. And it just the film kind of chronicles his journey of the photos that he's taken and how they're displayed in art galleries, and it's kind of a really cool film. It's a really cool independent film. It's not being played in major theaters as I know of, but I really think it's a kind of a cool story. I have the trailer over at PictureMonk.com/PMP004 if you want to go check that out as well. Alright, the next news article and the last one is of a video that I found that is from Danny Cook on Vimeo, and it's basically a film of Chernobyl. He did a flyover with a drone in Chernobyl, and this was for a 60 Minutes piece. They were using his footage to splice in with the article they're talking about, kind of chronicling Chernobyl and what's been going on there for the past 30 years. So he flew his drone all around one of the towns there near Chernobyl, one of the deserted towns where there used to be like a population of like 13,000 or something crazy like that. and now there's zero. There's been nobody there. So it's a really cool video. If you want to check out his video, just his section of the video, he has that on video, and I have that linked on the website as well. But I really encourage you to watch the 60 minutes piece. It's only 13 minutes long. That section of it is only 13 minutes long. Basically, what they're trying to do and what they've been trying to do is build a very, very large dome that would go over the reactor that failed at Chernobyl to make it to kind of cap in the radiation that's been leaking out over these years, and that will allow the place to be somewhat habitable. So I just thought that was really cool, and his video is really, really touching. It's basically a lot of abandoned stuff, as you would imagine with that kind of scenario. All the earth is grown over, and it's kind of like what would happen if humans just disappeared. That's what would happen. So it's a really cool video, and I kind of like that style of photography. I have a series that I call Abandoned, and if you want to go check that series out, just head over to PictureMonk.com/abandoned, and that'll redirect you to that gallery, and you guys can check that out as well if you want to. Alright, so let's talk with the main topic of the podcast today. I basically wanted to go over a few gift ideas for photographers, as Christmas is about 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away, something like that. I just thought it would be cool to kind of touch on some simple, less expensive, some more expensive photography gifts that you might want to check out. The first gift idea would be memory cards. You really can't have enough memory cards. I have 6 of them, and I would love more. One of my favorite memory cards is the 32 gigabyte class 10, and it's by SanDisk. And I even filled that up going to take real estate photography. I was doing 6 apartment communities at one time, and I filled that up. So if I had a 64 gigabyte, that would have been great. So I wouldn't have to swap out cards. But you can't go wrong with memory cards. Just make sure if you're going to buy it for somebody to see if their camera works with a SD card or a compact flash card. SD cards are the smaller kind, and the compact flash are the larger kind with a lot more pins in them. So just make sure you buy the right card, and you can't really go wrong with too many memory cards. The next is filters. Filters are basically small round pieces that screw on the outside of your lens, and they have different kind of filters. UV filters, which I don't use. They have polarizing filters, neutral density filters, and you can't go wrong with getting those either. They're just like a nice accessory to have, depending on what kind of photographer you're buying for. If they're a landscape photographer, I would definitely recommend polarizer filters, and even neutral density filters. That really helps out with landscape photography. Another gift idea is batteries. Now you can get batteries as far as like AA's. I would really recommend AA's, and this is kind of like a stocking stuffer idea. AA's would be great for portable flash units, so off-camera flash. They use tons of AA's unless you have rechargeables. So those are kind of little neat stocking stuffer ideas. If the photographer you're buying for uses external flash, they're going to go through those, and they'll be really happy about that. Another idea would be a black rapid strap. A black rapid strap replaces the stock strap that comes with the cameras. So if you have one of those, like on mine, it's a black and red Canon 6D strap. Nikons have the same thing, black and yellow with Nikon and then whatever brand camera you have. It basically just replaces that strap and gives the black rapid strap actually is a strap that goes across the chest. Instead of hanging over the neck, and what that'll allow you to do is just to have the camera dangling on your waist, and then when you want to use it, bring it up, take the photo, and you can basically just drop it back down, and it'll settle back at your waist on the side. It's a really good strap. They are very well made, and I have a knockoff brand one, but I would like a black rapid strap as a gift of my own. Another kind of cool gift would be a lens coffee mug. A lens coffee mug is a gift I was given to by my father-in-law, and it's basically just a very replica of a camera lens. I think it's the 24-70, and for Canon at least, it's a 24-70 Canon lens, and you take the lens cap off, and you can pour your coffee in there and seal it up and enjoy your coffee. So I just think it's a really nice, inexpensive Christmas gift for any photographer out there if they don't already have one. I use mine almost daily. All right, another one is kind of a more expensive option. It's a Wacom tablet. I have a Wacom bamboo tablet that I've had for a long time, and I do use it. I mainly use it at my full-time job, but I have brought it back home to use for more Photoshop work, and it's basically just a pen tablet. Instead of using a mouse when you're retouching photos, you can actually use a pen to draw on there, and it senses pressure, so if you press down hard, you'll get a more dramatic effect when you're painting over things or retouching things. Same thing if you back off on the pressure, it's kind of a slight approach to retouching. It really works out well. I wish I had two. I would keep one at the office and one here, but I feel like I'm going to get into more compositing and maybe even more drawing and digital art sort of things. So I want to make sure I have it here and I can play with that and kind of give more tutorials on that as well. All right, and this kind of gift is pretty ridiculous actually. It's a toilet paper film dispenser. I don't know if I would actually use this, but I saw it and I really would like it just to, like if I had a man cave, I would definitely put it in there. Basically, it's just a canister that you put your toilet paper in, and the toilet paper comes out as like a film strip would, like an old film canister strip. It just pulls out like that. I just think that's the coolest thing. I have it on the website if you want to go check that out. And it's just a really cool gift idea. I don't think it's that expensive either. So I just thought that was a really fun thing to check out. All right, and another kind of gift that would be kind of cool. It's another expensive kind is an Apple TV. Now you're probably thinking, why would an Apple TV be good for photographers? Well, I use it not as much as I should, but I do use it. I have my Apple TV streaming my photos that are off my computer. So when it goes into a screensaver mode, my photos will automatically be displayed on the Apple TV, and it's just kind of a nice thing. It's a kind of a conversation starter, a discussion piece. If people come over to your house and they see your photos streaming across there, it's just a really nice thing to see. So, and the Apple TV is only $99, so it's not too expensive, but it's kind of a cool out of the box thinking idea for a photographer out there. All right, the last idea I have for photographers out there is one that I really like, is gift cards. It could be gift cards to iTunes. It could be Adorama Picks to get prints. It could be Amazon. It could be borrow lenses. Now, there's tons of gift cards out there. So if you're getting iTunes gift cards, that's helpful for getting iPhone apps. There's a lot of paid photography apps out there that are really great. So if you get them an iTunes gift card, they can grab as many as they can and have fun with that. I know I have a couple iPhone apps that I would like to get, but I don't want to pay out of pocket, so I might wait till I get an iTunes gift card or save up enough money to get a couple of those where I can justify that. So Amazon gift cards, it's always a good thing. There's tons of stuff out on Amazon, so they can pick and choose whatever they want to. Borrow lenses gift cards, that's a great service where you can go online. You can say that you want to try out this lens. Maybe you have a lens or a camera you want to try out. Maybe you're looking to buy another camera. You basically just borrow the camera for 5-7 days, however long it is, and you can play around with it, get used to it, and then just send it back. And that's it. That's about it. So it's a really good service. If you're looking into buying a lens out there, or your photographer is wanting to buy a new piece of camera equipment, get them a borrow lenses gift card. It'll really help out with having them try it before they buy it. Adorama Picks is another gift card situation. If your photographer prints a lot of photos or wants to print a lot of photos but just hasn't kind of pulled the trigger yet, get them an Adorama Picks gift card. They offer really good printing services. I usually get all my stuff printed from Amazon. Not Amazon. I usually get all my stuff printed from Adorama Picks, and they do a really good job. And let me start off by saying I'm not sponsored by anybody on here, so you're hearing my honest opinion with borrow lenses, Adorama, that kind of thing. So those are some really cool, quick ideas for photographers out there. for Christmas. So if you want to check out all the stuff that I talked about, all the links, I have links to all the stuff. Go to picturemonk.com/PMP004 and you can check all those, and I'll give you links to even the stupid thing, even the toilet paper film dispenser. I got a link to that. So all right, guys, I appreciate you listening, and be sure to check PictureMonk.com for all the articles, all the blog posts, all the videos, everything. And I do appreciate you rating the podcast on iTunes. It would really help out. And thank you for all that have listened and rated. I'll see you guys in the next episode.